Hi guys, my name is Victoria Sinnis and welcome back to the Creating Gems podcast. Today I want to talk to you about how OnlyFans is destroying the next generation. And so just to honestly jump straight into it, I used to work for an OnlyFans agency and now I've left it. I had a radical encounter with Jesus, which literally changed my life in 5 days when I was working at that agency. And I have now spent the past 2 years touring around America, exposing the reality of OnlyFans. And I just want to tell you guys some stories since I've been on this journey and really being able to see the way that this is impacting our youth. And so the reason why this is so important is because in our culture, so many people, even in activism world, believe that OnlyFans is a better option. It is more ethical, it is more positive, it is more liberating, and that it actually doesn't have a really severe impact. But what we are seeing, if you go to any school, if you talk with any young person, you will be able to see the impacts of this over-sexualized culture, this pornified culture, sex worker TikTok, which is a huge influence, which is a conversation for another day. But what I really want to talk to you about is how this is impacting the younger generation. And so there are studies out there that are actually talking about how the most predators that we see is actually young boys against young girls. So predators are in our schools, and the reasons for this is because the average age now of pornography exposure is 8 to 9 years old in Australia, in America, and I believe in the UK as well. And so what we have to see is we are exposing our children at a younger and younger rate to things that they just honestly should not be exposed to. And what is that doing to them? How is that shaping their worldview? Especially with things like OnlyFans, where the girl loves it. This is what she wants to do. This is how she wants to act all over her social media. She's acting in extremely provocative ways. And really good case study of this, and I'm going to put the video in there, is of Ari Kitsia, and she put this video up of my life as a mattress actress.
So nice. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. I beg you don't embarrass me, motherfucker.
And it literally shows the most cute, wholesome, amazing lifestyle that you can possibly think. But the reality is that this is sex work, this is porn, and this is not this cute, amazing, fun little girly pop life that people think it is. And so 2 stories that I want to share with you guys today is last year I was actually speaking at a school with a bunch of grade 9 girls, and so they're about 14, 15 years old. And after I finished speaking and deep diving into, the reality of OnlyFans, what happens behind the scenes, what are OnlyFans agencies, I also have 2 videos that you guys can go check out about what is OnlyFans, what are agencies, and the reality of these things. And so as I'm telling these girls this story and sharing it, after I finished speaking, they came up to me and they asked me if I knew this specific OnlyFans creator. And I said to the girls, no, I don't know her well. I don't know her personally, actually, sorry. I said, I just know her from TikTok. I'm assuming you watch her TikToks. And they go, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. So what is it that you like about them? And they go, well, she seems like she's happy and she can travel. And I went, okay. So do you think the only way that you can be happy and travel is to do OnlyFans? And they went, well, duh. And I sat with them for another couple of minutes trying to have a conversation about, do you understand that you can literally achieve your dreams and you can be so happy and you can travel and you can achieve whatever you want in this world, and it doesn't have to be through doing porn? And these girls could not understand and grasp the correlation between achieving your dreams and it not being through OnlyFans. And that's because we are inundated in this world with this honest propaganda that says that if you want an elite lifestyle, if you want to travel, if you want to be happy, if you want to be the pinnacle of success, do OnlyFans. Another example I want to show of this, and I'm going to put the video in this as well, is my friend sent me this, honestly, and it was a young girl in the States who dropped out of college believing that she was going to make millions on OnlyFans, made $275, and now is back in college and has to suffer with the ramifications of that.
Get your money, man. Like those.
And so we see this more often than we see success stories. There is now, at the end of 2025, more than 4 million content creators on OnlyFans, and still only 300 of them make more than $1 million a year. The average wage of an OnlyFans girl is $180 a month. And so the reality is not what people think it is. And so we are seeing an inundation of young girls believing that this is their dreams and this is what they should aspire to do. And it's literally the total opposite, and it's honestly destroying people's lives. And so the second story that I want to tell you guys of how this is impacting the younger generation and our youth, and why we need to care about this, is I was speaking at a youth conference, a youth night in Georgia. And I'm talking to all these young people, probably from like 12 to 15 years old, I would say max. And I'm talking about Bob House and Bob House content, and basically the ecosystem behind the marketing of OnlyFans and what it does and how it softly influences and softly coerces you. And I remember I finished speaking and I was chatting with a bunch of young people for probably like an hour after. And as I'm getting ready to leave, it's like almost midnight. This girl comes running up to me as I'm walking out the door, literally opening up the door and walking out. And she goes, "Excuse me, I'm so sorry, but I need to ask you a question." And I was like, "Sure." And she goes, "How do you deal with the shame of what you did?" And so we sat down together and I asked her a little bit more about why is she asking that and what's going on. And she literally says, "I watched Bob House content and it made me think that I had to act in that way. And so because of that, I went and did something sexually with a boy that I regret and I don't know how to live with the shame of this." And this is literally like a 14-year-old girl. And I think that this is what people as well don't understand when they're trying to encourage and glamorize this, glamorize being sexually liberated, sexually free, and encourage these OnlyFans lifestyles. I have so many stories of young people and how this has impacted them and how this is destroying them. I've had 14-year-old boys, even younger, come up to me in tears because they're already addicted to pornography and feel like they're too far gone. And so I'm hoping this is a very short to the point, but I really hope that people are starting to understand more of the reality of OnlyFans, the massive influence that sex work and TikTok is, and understand the gravity of what is happening, honestly, across the generations, and why this is a problem and why we actually need to do something about it, because this isn't bringing anyone the dreams that they think it is, but it's actually destroying more people. And so guys, thank you so much. This one was very to the point, but I really just wanted to be able to emphasize the severity of this and how important it is that we are having these conversations for our young people and for the next generation. So if you have any questions, anything that you want me to answer, please put it in the comments, like, subscribe. I hope that these are informative for you and that they're inspiring you to want to take action as well. So thank you so much, and we'll see you for the next episode.